you see so hopefully it'll stay there. Nope, it didn't. But hopefully it's recording. Anyways, this is the route I'm working on right now. This is Avery route. I guess my display's up there showing me now. But, I was trying to show you guys how I record, how I do my edits and stuff, and it didn't record it. It quit on me. I don't know why it went into drive mode. But yeah, this is what I'm working on right now. This is the Avery district. I ain't got no mountains done yet or nothing. Still kind of working on this section right here. Which we need to go to surveyor mode. Or creation mode. Create section. Try to keep this a 30-minute video today. This is what I like doing, is playing this train game right here. I like to sit here and build until my eyes get burned out. And for some reason, we are not in the right one. So we're going to exit this and go to the right one. They have 2009 on the other computer. And we want to go to this one, and all that was create. We want to go to edit session. Here's what I'm working on right now. I got a road to put right here, and then I gotta take and put the track right about there. Get them all connected. And right here I gotta kind of figure a road bridge is what I planned on now, and then I'll build my river and connect all this down here too. I was working on this last night, and this is where I finished. I didn't get this track connected, so what we'll do is finish connecting these tracks up here, and we'll hit this little button right here, and it'll pull that track up. We'll connect it. There's a few glitches in this game, not as bad as previous versions, and we want to make sure these tracks are straight. And then I don't know what happened here, really don't. And then I kind of building this one different than all the maps. I really don't have maps and stuff that show me. That pictures ain't the right track we need. We need a yard track. We need a yard track. Yeah, I was trying to record. I guess it doesn't record while I'm doing my editor or something. But we'll come over here. We'll make sure it's gonna connect in a good line. You know, I got somewhat of an idea what everything looks like. This track right here will bring out to here, and then we'll connect this track into this one. And there's a few things I'm missing. I'm still trying to download to build this stuff and all that. But this is my game. This being my I'll put these in my game file. I'll make a game file or whatever you call it. I don't know right now. Can't think. I kinda got a headache. And it's a game I like playing when I got nothing to do. I can spend hours on this. Sometimes if I'm not watching, I'll miss my bedtime because I get into this game so much. And then we'll do that. And then we'll go over here. We're gonna create a another block. We'll put a block here so we can actually connect all this track right here. And we'll do the same on the other side in a minute. And then we'll have Avery. The track's pretty much laid for Avery. We won't be able to drive Avery. I'm going to be building a mountain and putting a railroad over the top of mountains, what I'm going to be doing. And this game does take a little math sometimes. 2 blocks equal 1 mile. So if you want 30 miles, you times that, you got 60 blocks you gotta put down. St. Paul Pass, there'll be a well over 60 blocks by the time I get this done. So, you know, and then we'll go about 30 minutes on these videos. So I like producing 30-minute videos. That way that when I'm done, I'll exit out, and that'll be it for tonight. That way it keeps me from going past my bedtime. Why did you not do that? It's not liking me. Try it again. What? Oh, because I got a train on that track. So what I need to do is move this train, or get rid of it. One of the two. I don't really want to get rid of it, so I'm going to move this train right here, over here, to this track. You got a train on the line, it won't let you add track like that. It'll just beep at you. And then, that's what will happen. That is what will happen right off the bat. It'll just click, beep. So, and then we'll go in and add some switches here in a minute. So we'll take the switch out. We got a Milwaukee switch right there. I kind of like this one right here. And then we'll take that out. Milwaukee had a different way of putting their signal lights up. I don't know why that is. And there is a way I can like put zingers in. I'll show you that here in a second. I want to make sure these line up right. My track don't look like it's been lined right. We'll go back and fix that. We'll go over here. This is the straight lining tool, which will line that up right there, make it look better. But yeah, Milwaukee had a different way of trying to find their signal here, but doing their signals, and I can't figure why they ever did it that way. Here's a Milwaukee signal, and they only put one like right there, right? And then we got to go back here, and we're gonna put these little triggers in. This is where the train will park, and then I'll put my track markers in later. So yeah, this is where they put their triggers in. I will, when I build the porthole here in a minute, which I'm going to do, I'm kind of going to make the porthole short. These are triggers, so this is where the train will stop right about at the bottom of this green right here. So it doesn't go past the signal light. So I'll add this track, a curve into this track, make it kind of look weavy. So that's the way it's supposed to be, I guess. And sometimes that does not catch the track right there. And then I just screwed up there, so we'll just hit undo. Thought I hit the plus signal and I didn't. So we'll kind of just weave the track up here. And then from this point, well, that might not work either because I gotta have a straight line. We'll add a couple blocks. And then we'll put a porthole in. So I'll weave the track kind of in a goofy way. And then before we get over here, we will put a straight line in. That way we can double track. And we'll have, that way when trains come in, they'll have a place to go and park until I get to them. I usually don't drive the trains in this game. I do a lot of building. And I get these projects started and then I never finish them. But this one I've had a lot of practice at. I'm glad I got the new Trainz era. We'll add a couple blocks. And then the third block will be where our puller hole is. Is what we're going to do. We're going to straighten this track out. Right like this. And then we're going to put a straight line into the other end. And then I'll put a track beside it as a siding. Because there'll be a porthole, which the porthole takes the train out of the game. Brings it back loaded or empty. And usually, trains usually pretty much empty coming back and loaded one way. So Trainz, I lost it, didn't I? I hate when that does that too, because it screws you all up, but you can catch it right here and take it to the end. But yeah, laying the tracks down will be this one, and then tomorrow, if I get time, we will put in, maybe we'll get time to do the river and stuff. We're already 10 minutes into this, so I really don't think that's going to happen. I wanted to put the river in. We'll call this building the Avery branch, laying the tracks down. And then we'll start the next series starting up the St. Paul Pass, laying tracks down, putting mountains in, painting trees. Did it again, didn't it? This is one thing I don't like about this game, because you get right about one block and then the track disappears, which is, you gotta go back and pick it up. I think it's just the way the game's set up now. It used to not be that way. We'll line this up on the edge and we'll go over here and fix this one up to the edge. Try to center it the best you can. And then we'll put the siding piece in like this. And then we'll go in and put our little triggers in. Trigger here. Now this is where I try to keep the train separate. So direction marker. I will put a direction marker in there. It'll point the train in the direction I want it to go. So the train will go this way on this track and one will go this way towards the portal. I want to make sure that this switch on this end is facing that way. I'll put a signal in right here, which I'm going to have to turn that signal around. I don't know why Milwaukee did it this way. I have never figured that out. And I'll move that signal closer to the switch. And we'll go from there. We'll just grab it. Move it like right there towards the switch. And it should give me a clear signal to, but it's not doing. But hopefully that works that way. That's how the main line was set up. Got everything on this end except the switch I didn't put in yet. Milwaukee didn't have an auto switch either. There's like 5 different switches you can put in. So I'll put that type of switch in there, and then we'll go put our porthole line in, which takes the train out of the game. We'll add another block here. And it'll be about a 50-mile track time I'm done. Let's see, and then we'll go over here. I don't have everything quite loaded. I didn't have the money to get the Milwaukee line branch and just have it already and then just play it is what I wanted to do. And we'll put our porthole down here. This will take the train out of the game. It'll take it right out like that. And then we'll hit this little question mark here and we'll give it a name. We'll call it Milwaukee West to Seattle. Click on it like that. We'll give it a new name. Milwaukee. M-L-I-W is short. West. Seattle. Seattle, Tacoma, wherever it went. And then we'll hit this little button. Oh. Then we'll hit this right here. Train returns after 5 minutes. Empty trains are loaded and all other trains are unloaded. This is what we want. So when the train comes back out, if it's empty when it went in, and I'll show you that here in a minute. We'll do the last few minutes of drive session here. And I'll show you that. The train I got is unloaded right now. Yeah, it's an empty train. It will come back loaded, and I'll show you when I get the train turned around. And we'll connect that there, and then we'll put our branch line here, and we'll get back over here and line it all up. Oops. I did it again. I don't know why it does that. If you just barely let go of something, it does that, and I haven't figured out why. So we'll put it right here, that way there ain't a sharp bend in that. And we'll straighten that line out, and we'll straighten that out, and then we'll get these pretty much. These are set up, like I said, 1 block, 1 mile long trains. And the steeper grade, I think it's like 2.5. The trains, if you use 2 or 3 engines, they will pull slow up the hill, but they'll pull it. I don't have the bipolar engines in here because you gotta pay to get that accessory. So we'll go over here, take care of our switch. We want to make sure this switch is pointed the other way, because when the train comes out of the porthole and you got your track markers, they don't care which track it's on. If you even got this on, this one's pointed over here and you got your train supposed to be going that way, then what will happen is your train will actually head on into the other train that's sitting there. The computer can't distinguish its own direction to go, pretty much. The other switch is down here from Milwaukee. I am using to I'll create another train here in a minute. We'll send 2 trains out. Or eventually we'll see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll just put switches the way I normally do, which is I'll put 1 right here, and I'll put 2 over here, or 1 over on one of these other tracks, and that's how it'll work. So we will hit our trigger, and eventually I'll give these track markings once I figure out a name for them, where they're pretty much at. I haven't really figured much after this game. After a while, I haven't really figured out these trigger marks yet. I'm still figuring out route layer. It won't let me do whatever it was wanting to do, so we'll just leave it be at that. And like I said, I know we'll put our direction markers in. We want one train to go one direction, and we want the other train to go the other direction. So we'll go over here and turn our train around after we put a couple speed limits in. Make sure this line over here. So we will put speed in, and we'll make the yard about 15 miles an hour. We'll see how this looks. We'll put a speed marker right here that goes into the yard that shows we want trains doing 15 into our yard. And then I gotta go put a marker in, that way you see the train. We'll drive the train here in a minute. I will not continue this game without you. This is be our downtime together. And it's not giving me a higher level of speed, so I guess 50 it'll be. So I can get more downloaded, which when I get internet I will do. So the train going out will be 50 miles an hour. We'll go put a track marker in. I'll show you that real quick, and then we'll drive this train out of here, and then it should come back and it'll drive itself right into. I'll have to put a temporary signal in too. That way the train will actually go where I want it to, because if I don't put a temporary signal in, then it will not go past the signal. I'll actually have to drive the train myself. So we're gonna grab track marker and then we're gonna use this right here. We'll put in Avery Station or Avery Depot. Avery Depot. We'll put in Avery Depot right there. And it's pointing the direction I want. Like I said, we'll have to go up here and put a Milwaukee signal in on these lines at the end temporarily until we finish up the track on this end, which ain't gonna happen today. Maybe tomorrow I'll make an hour-long video, and let's put the signals right here. That way it lets it know the line is ended. I'll turn this other way around. That way the train will go past the other signal. And that's pretty much just saying, hey, the line's ended. So we'll go up here and hit driver. We'll hit save. Oops, and we can't do that because I didn't turn the other train around yet. Could have done it the other way. Page up. And later we'll build a mountain here. Mountain will go on our right. Move this train back over here. Remember where to go. There's all kinds of engines and stuff you can use. And I got box cars, so I'm gonna flip this train around. I'm gonna add a couple cars to it. So I'm gonna go back, uncouple it right here at the caboose. Maybe. And then we'll slide the caboose back and I'll add some more cars. Like flat cars. See if the Milwaukee flat's in there. Yep, it's right there. So we'll just add some cars. Maybe. Just thinking about it. I guess I don't want to add them or something's going to crash the game. And it's probably going to crash on me. Thinking. Yeah, it was thinking and it added them in. And you'll see these cars come back loaded. That way you know. See if we got us a wood. Northern Pacific and Northern Pacific. Oh well. We'll add some cars here. I gotta add cars anyway, so. Just gonna move this caboose over here out of our way for a minute. I go a little longer than 30 minutes, but that's alright. See, we just add cars, and you'll see these cars come back loaded. Get this train out of here. I wanted to get you guys through the Poor Hollow to check it out. So we'll go up here, hit driver, hit save. I want to see if these signal lights are going to work this way. If they do, that's great. If not, I'll have to reset them the way I want them set. Unfortunately. Hopefully I can use this record option. So we'll go down here, and I don't have to drive the train. All I have to do is hit navigate. It will take me to, and for some reason the train didn't start. So something's not right. It did not go. So we got something messed up here. We got something that's not working right. So we gotta figure out, did we miss a switch? We need to get off the train. There we go. Yes, we got the train on. So did I miss a switch or something? Or is these signal lights not working the way I wanted them to? And it looks like signal lights ain't working the way I want them to. Because idiot forgot. No, there's one right there. Line is occupied by another train. Well, why are you not going? Continue schedule. Maybe it'll go. Nope, it didn't go. For some reason, those signals don't work that way or something. I don't know. Yeah, I shouldn't even be able to switch the line right there. We'll go ahead and drive the train. I don't know what the problem is. He wants to come back. Click on the train to ride it. I don't know what's wrong here. I'm probably gonna have to put the signals in the way I normally do. Or switches, who knows. But we're gonna drive this train right into the portal. I'm gonna go ahead and run full throttle too. I don't have a clue why it ain't driving. I'll get past the signal and see if it'll drive on its own. I can't see it because this is in the way. Can't see my speed because the record thing is in my way. Oh well. Hopefully we can get this video thrown together for you real quick and it'll be up on the channel. Wait for this render. I'm checking this out. Should be in these switches I'm using too. Yeah, it's the switches I'm using. I'll switch to the other switches. There's too many lights on them. Those are yard switches, it looks like. On the other game I used BNSF switches for the yard because they I don't have to put signals in and they're good in the yard to use. So yeah, we're going along a little small train here. It ain't a mile long, it's probably about 4 miles long. Yeah, there'll be a mountain on this side, river on this side, and the road and the mountain over there. And other videos. Pretty much, we'll put the mountains in to last. The river will go in tomorrow. We'll finish up building the rest of the track, the road. The switches have got to be switched out. I don't like them personally. Then comes painting after the mountains, then put trees in. Pretty much just use green grass. And for that. But yeah, it's just like having a model railroad in your house. Trainz, a new era. I have Trainz 2009 on the other computer. I'm waiting for the company to email me back my information to load it into this computer. I probably, since I got Windows 10 on the other computer, can show you that. And we're speeding, I know I can't see up there because the thing's in my way. I don't know how to get it moved out of my way. It says health mode. I hope the voice was on this. Oh yeah, we were recording voice. So see, the train will go into this portal, and then I'll save video time and wait for it to come back and cut it out. From there. I'm kicking out the train anyway. Yeah, the train's gonna go in that porthole right there. And in 5 minutes, which will be a blink of an eye to you, we'll be back shortly. So we'll sit here and wait for this train to come back. Alright, I hear a train coming. I can hear it coming. It's gonna come back loaded and we're gonna try to drive it back to Avery here in a minute. Hopefully, try to drive it back. The screen keeps darkening out. I'm not paying attention. Choo choo. Oh, yeah, we got choo choo train. Here comes the train. Comes our engine right here. We can add other cameras. We'll show you that here later in the game. Right now our primary focus is work on the Milwaukee Road here in Avery. The cameras, I'll actually probably add them out in before I start north east on the path. And see, this train came back loaded with excavators. I don't know what's in here, but we can find out by control right click. And it will tell me that it has wood chip, limestone agate, and coal. So we're gonna click on here and get our train back up here. And we're gonna see if we can send it to the track marker in Avery. If not, we're gonna be driving it. Now you're asking, how heavy is that train? See, it won't drive. So either I gotta fix the switches in the game and go from there. And if you want to know how heavy, we're at 1,272 tons. Ain't very much for a train. I've had these engines up to 32,000 with Dash 9, and about 3 of them on there were barely pulling. But alright, this concludes today's game of Trainz the New Era. We will fix these switches tomorrow, and the signals if have to be. I will do that after I'm done with this video. I will close out of this right now so I can actually exit driver and go back and fix those switches when you ain't looking, and test to see if it was the switches or the signals. The signals, and I'll place the signals where I am, and I'll show you that tomorrow. Thanks for watching this video, and we will see you again, right? See you tomorrow, maybe, if I'm not busy. If I got time, we will play up to an hour tomorrow, and I will put the video up as soon as I get this done. Right here is our vlog going up for today before this does, and it's actually taking, it's probably because I'm playing this game at the same time, recording. This computer's doing about 5 things at once. So anyways, we'll see you on the next Trainz New Era, building Avery. Good night, everybody.